So, over the past couple years, how much do you think the value of silver has grown?
It's interesting. Silver has gone up and it's gone down. Back in around 1980, when the Hunt brothers was buying silver went up to about $50 an ounce. Then it came down. And then in 2011, it went up to almost $50 an ounce again. And then it went down. So silver seems to be like on a roller coaster ride through the decades. But right now, with all the spending that our government's doing and the devaluation of our dollar, the increased price now in silver is not just a fad. I think it's actually real. It's not that the silver is going up, it's that our dollar value is going down. When you look on the news and they tell you that, let's say, silver, the spot price, which is also known as the melt price, spot price of silver is like $25 an ounce. Well, that may be true if you're buying stock certificates, silver stock certificates, but actually have the physical silver, 1 ounce physical silver coin, runs about $10 more than that. The average prices that you see here is in the $35 range on silver. And that's partly due to the fact that silver is in such demand that it's in short supply. And a lot of these silver mines closed down for quite a while during the COVID crisis, and they're just now getting back going again. So the physical price of silver has always been greater than the quote-unquote melt or spot price, but here in the past year, that spread has gotten greater. It was $2 or $3. Now it's more like $10 spread. When you see a spot price of, let's say, $25, that might be the price of silver in the ground before you extract it, process it, purify it, and make it into something that's sellable, like a nice bar or a coin or something. So there's that fees involved too, plus the shipping fees to get it. It is the metals. It's a precious metals market. I think silver is better investment than gold. Gold is kind of expensive. It's up around $1,700 to $1,800 an ounce. It's been fluctuating in that area. So when you go to buy physical gold, you wind up having to pay usually about $100 more than that, maybe $1,900 an ounce at least. Whereas with silver being around $35 an ounce, you could buy a lot of silver for the price of 1 ounce of gold. You can buy about, $1,800 for an ounce of gold, divided by the average selling price for silver is around $35. So you can buy over 50 ounces of silver for the price of 1 ounce of gold. And when you go to barter, if there was an emergency situation and our economy collapsed and you had to barter for food or other commodities, it'd be much easier to barter a $30 or $40 or $50 coin of silver than to barter a $2,000 coin of gold, ounce of gold. What are you going to get for change?
And one thing that we're hearing a lot about now is solar panels. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe silver is used in solar panels. Do you think that could drive up the supply and demand of silver?
I've been told the same thing, that even the Chinese are buying up silver for use of solar panels. And for example, California has that new law that the new houses have to be fitted with solar panels and stuff for electricity. So silver is going to be becoming greater and greater in demand. There's two types of silver. You can buy the modern 1 troy ounce of silver is 31 grams of silver. And the modern silver is generally pretty much pure. It's 0.999% pure. The old silver from 100 years ago, our old silver dimes and quarters and half dollars were measured in English ounces, which is only 28 grams to the ounce. So an old silver dollar that's 100 years old like this weighs 28 grams, whereas this weighs 31 grams because modern metals are now measured in troy ounces. The Old English ounce is this. You can see there's a little bit difference in the size. You can see that this one is bigger than this. This is also only 90% pure. So the old silver dollars had 10% copper in them for durability purposes because it was designed for circulation. This really isn't designed for circulation, so they put a full pure troy ounce of silver. So this weighs 31 grams of silver, where this, by the time you subtract 10% from the 28, you might have 24 or 25 grams of silver. Yet they both run about the same price range. A silver dollar is around 35 bucks, and a silver round is about the same price. The difference between these and this, these are made by the United States government. So these are called American Silver Eagles, and they're probably the most popular form of silver. But you'll notice it's a few dollars higher. It's like $36, $37, $38 for the Eagles versus $34 or $35 for the rounds. These are actually considered to be legal tender. You can take this to the bank and it actually says $1 on the back. Ronald Reagan was one who instigated the making of these silver dollars in 1986. So for 50 years, from 1935 and through 1985, there was no silver dollars being made by the U.S. government. And then in 86, Reagan commissioned the silver eagles to be made, and they make them each year ever since. And they're dated. The date 1986 or 87 or 88. Here you have some that are 2003 to 2015, and then here's the brand new ones, the 2021s, which are real popular right now because they're getting ready in the summer to change the design for the first time in 36 years. The design on the back, the eagle, is going to be changed this summer. So you only have a limited number of these 2021s being made with the old eagle design. And then in July, the new ones will be coming out. So the American Silver Eagles, even though they're a few dollars more, people kind of prefer these because they have the backing of the American government. But other people realize that, well, here you have these are Canadian coins, and these are made by various different private mints like Silvertown and APMEX and Ohio Precious Metals. Different companies smelt these silver rounds, and the silver bars are the same way. They're smelted by private smelters. So you can usually get these for a couple of bucks cheaper than you can the government issued coins. The difference is these aren't legal tender. You can't take this to the bank and get quote unquote $1. It's not legal tender because if you could, it'd be considered counterfeit. So these coins are only for the silver content, whereas these could actually be used as legal tender in an emergency. Although I'd hate to take a $35 coin and turn it in for just $1. That'd be a pretty stupid move. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. You got any other questions though? Feel free to.
Well, I was actually curious. So it's worth $38.
Yeah.
But if you turned it in, you would only get $1 at a bank?
Yeah, at the U.S. bank. So you have to take this to coin dealers or people that know the value of silver, and then they'll give you at least the silver value, if not more. I'd give, right now silver's around $25 an ounce. So I generally pay at least $30 an ounce for a silver coin and ask for maybe $35. I've even paid as much as $33 or $34 for these at times in recent months, just to make $1 or $2 off of them, because they're in such short supply.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it.